Hi, and welcome to the Wayne County Probate Court. This video will guide you in filling out Form PC 584, which is the Account of Fiduciary long form. Let's retrieve the form. We're going to go to the Wayne County Probate Court website, www.wcpc.us. And then in the middle here, there's a link, Probate Information. When you click on the link, on the left, you'll see how to administer a Wayne County probate case. Then you'll see the various case types. This most generally is related to a conservatorship. And you'll see a link that says Training for Newly Appointed Conservators. Click on that link and you see lots of great information. On page 8 is the reference to Form PC 584. And if you click or highlight that and do a web search, you'll see the first link is from the courts.michigan.gov, which is the official Michigan courts website, and they have all SCAO forms. I'll click on that link. It brings up the form, which you can begin to fill out right on your computer. I have an annotated one, which I'll use to help walk through it. Now, before I get started, this video is not legal advice. It's for informational purposes only. You need to seek legal counsel for questions and advice specific to your situation. So to get started, on the left, for the county, you'll type in Wayne. In the middle, you'll check the appropriate box or boxes depending on your situation. But here, you'll check this box, and either this is the first annual account, or maybe it's the second, or maybe it's the 8th. And it's possible it's the final account, or maybe it's an interim account, or it's an amended, or it could be the first amended account, in which case you would check this box, type in first, and check amended. Or maybe it's the final amended account. In any event, whatever your situation is, you need to indicate it in the middle here. Then you'll do the case number. This is just an example. You need to type in your actual case number. And the judge, again, type in your actual judge for your case. The court address, the court's telephone number. In the matter of, this is the person over whom the conservatorship or guardianship is existing. Then it says, in a guardianship or conservatorship, the wards or protected individuals, that's this person here, current address and telephone number are, you'll type in the address of the ward for guardianship cases or protected individual for conservatorship cases. Then number 1, you're going to type in your name. Presumably, if you're listening to this, you are either the conservator or the guardian. You'll type in your title of the estate and submit the following as my account, which covers the period from. I put in an example date of May 19th, 2022 to May 18th, 2023. Not to exceed 12 months, so keep that in mind as you fill these dates in. Number 2, the summary. Balance on hand from last account, if this is a second or later account, or value of inventory, if this is the first account. You'll type in that number. Then you're going to add income in this accounting period from Schedule A, which is down here. And as you fill these numbers in, this will automatically populate up here. So just to show, I'm going to cut this out and put in 5. And when I hit enter, you will see the change up here on this line. I'm going to put back the number, and you'll see again up here, we'll add for you. Same with Schedule B, which you'll see subtract disbursements in this account period, total from Schedule B. As you fill in this information, this number will automatically add up for you. And again, Schedule A is income and gain in this accounting period. You are adding up everything the estate has received during the accounting period. And Schedule B is everything that the estate has spent money on or had losses to during the accounting period. You'll see down here, investment gain, if that occurred, you will type in a number. Then it says disposition gain, if any, from Schedule C. That's down below. Disposition loss, if any, from Schedule C. You must enter here a number here, even if it's 0. So if that didn't occur, if there was no loss on a disposition of an asset, you'll just type in 0. Then you'll see on the left here, there are references to statutes, which are MCL, and court rules, which are MCR. And if you do an internet search for the MCL, which I will show you here, you'll see the first link is the legislature.michigan.gov. When you click on that link, it brings up the statute that you just searched for. Same with the court rules, MCR. If you simply highlight, the court rule and do a web search for MCR 5.308. This came up as case text as the first link. However, I would use the official Michigan Courts website, which is courts.michigan.gov. When you click on that link, it brings up the court rules, and the reference was 5.308, so I'm going to go to 5.3, and then 5.308, and I will read that. So these court rules in all of the STAO forms are referenced here. You definitely want to read those. That is the law governing the form. Okay, moving on to page 2. Schedule C, gain and loss on disposition of an asset, used only if needed. I just filled in an example on the sale of XOM stock. So if you have a gain or loss on a disposition of an asset, you will explain the gain or loss in Schedule C. Moving on to Schedule D, itemized assets remaining at the end of accounting period. These are just examples. You need to fill in the actual description and amounts that are related to your situation. Then you'll see a note that I highlighted. It says, in guardianships and conservatorships, except as provided by MCR 5.409C4, you must present to the court copies of corresponding financial institution statements, or you must file with the court a verification of funds on deposit, either of which must reflect the value of all liquid assets held by financial institutions, dated within 30 days after the end of the accounting period. So in my example, the accounting period ended May 18th, 2023. I would need May's statement, which would be through May 30th, 2023, and include that with this form, unless it's accepted by MCR 5.409. Okay, moving on to number 3. The interested persons' addresses and their representatives are identical to those appearing on the initial application or petition, except as follows. You'll need to reference the initial petition and look to see who the interested persons were and what their address listed on that was. And if it's changed, you need to indicate that here. Then number 4, this account lists all income and other receipts and expenses and other disbursements that have come to my knowledge. It's simply a factual statement, and when you sign it, it will be deemed true, and if it's not true, you may be subject to penalties. Number 5, this account is not being filed with the court. If that's true, you're going to check box 5. If not, leave it blank. Number 6, my fiduciary fees incurred during this accounting period, including fees that have already been approved and or paid for this accounting period are, I just made up a number, you're going to type in yours. Attached is a written description of the services performed. If you are charging fees for being the conservator of the estate, you need to document what you did and how much you charged for that, and include that statement or invoice with this form. Moving on to page 3, number 7. If there's an attorney involved and they charge fees, you're going to check box 7. Attorney fees incurred during this accounting period, including fees that have already been approved and or paid for this accounting period, are whatever the invoice from the attorney is. Type in that number, and then include the invoice with this form. Then you declare under penalties of perjury that this account has been examined by me and that its contents are true to the best of my information, knowledge, and belief. You may sign it with an e-signature after you date it. If there's an attorney involved, they'll sign it as well and fill in their information. You're going to fill in your name, address, and phone number. And then there's a notice at the bottom for interested persons. They obviously need to see what accounting is being done. They need to see the numbers that are going in and out of the estate. And they will have rights, including the right to object to the accounting. So that's how you fill out the form. We put this together here at the Wayne County Probate Court because we care. Have a great day.